So where we last left off on Umineko when they cry was that I concluded the entirety of episode 7 in which it all started out of attending Beatrice's funeral, although it felt like the funeral has never ended as of yet, to where I had to find out who the culprit is, and everything, time really paused until, the funeral gets concluded, and then, after all the entirety of the tale behind all this, it all reaches out within, a bit of a happy end of the story. So there's that. So we are now on to the episode 7 tea party, in which I'm kind of curious. I wonder I wonder what their thoughts about of the entirety of this episode. So let's see. Have we finally concluded everything now? Hmm. When I came to, all was silent. The room was dimly lit, and yet it was massive. Where on earth is this? I was sitting in what seemed to be a very short sofa. It was very constricting and looked like there were several more of them off to each side of me. Once I noticed that, I realized that I was in a theater.
ここは一体。
I don't know how long I've been here, and more importantly, I don't know where this is. Beatrici's funeral ended. Everyone went back to the mansion and is it all just an illusion? Have we been deceived? And after that, my memory gets fuzzy and I can't recall anything else. Then I was surprised to notice the presence of another person. Apparently, I wasn't the only one sitting in the audience seating of this vast theater. The sound had come from a seat to the side of mine. When I looked, I saw a girl sitting several seats off to my left. It was a face I had never seen before. Who is she? She looked like a high schooler or a college student, about the same age as I was. Oh? Her voice sounded familiar. She groaned. Apparently, she had just woken up. I didn't want to scare her, so I decided to introduce myself
こ
first.
んにちは。
Oh shit, it's Angie. It's finally Angie made an appearance. Well, episode 6, she only made an appearance on the tea party. So this one, she actually made an appearance on the tea party of this one. Apparently, she was equally surprised to find someone other than herself here. She jumped where when she heard my greeting.
誰あんた。私も同じ気持ちです。どうやら私たちは望まずしてここにいるらしい。それ、片翼の紋章？え？この紋章をご存知なんですか？
She looked suspiciously at the one-winged crest emblazoned on my collar. Her stare, which was unmoving but not openly hostile, wasn't exactly pleasant for me.
先に私が名乗りましょう。私は後宮リオンと申します。後宮？え？何？
Even Angie questions like this person.
リオンです。理科の理に魚するの魚でリオンと読みます。
Lion but pronounced Leon. Like Leon.
珍しい名前でしょ。
Oh. Not really, but
名前の珍しさなら私も負けないわ。でもごめんなさい。私はあんたを知らないわ。
yeah, because Leon got introduced in this episode just now.
道理でしょうね。私もあなたを知りませんから。そうじゃなくて。あんた誰？後ろ宮家にあんたなんかいないわ。どうしてそう決めつけられるんです？あなたは当家と何か関わりが？私が後ろ宮家の人間だからよ。それは。
She showed me her left sleeve and the crest of the one-winged eagle emblazoned upon it.
お言葉を返すようですが、あなたこそ誰です？後ろ宮家であなたを見たことがない。細切れにされたり朗読させられたり。次は何？今度はどこの魔女の余興なの？これは。
She spat out those words and seemed to be complaining about something.
エンジェ。私は後宮エンジェ。ルドルフとキリエの娘よ。エンジェちゃん？だってエンジェちゃんはまだ6つのはず。
Even Leon is surprised. He's like, Angie, you're supposed to be a little child.
私が6つだったのは六軒島で最後の親族会議があったあの年の話よ。なるほど。あんたが1986年の人間であることは分かったわ。私は18よ。そして1998年の人間。
Yeah, yes, I am the Angie from the future.
つまり12年後の未来のエンジェちゃん。
Obviously.
納得してもらえて嬉しいわ。でも申し訳ないことに私にあなたの心当たりがないの。あなたは誰？親は？父はクラウス、母は夏日です。それはジェシカお姉ちゃんだわ。ジェシカは妹です。
Fucking An- Angie is just like me whenever I tend to question who Leon is. Uh, uh, but when it comes to Leon, Beatrice doesn't exist on episode 7. No, no.
どういうこと？ジェシカお姉ちゃんは一人っ子じゃなかったの？
By this point, I was starting to figure out the situation this Angie had come from. She's probably from the world where I awakened as a witch, the world where Leon doesn't exist.
説明するのは難しいですが、こう思ってください。あなたの知る世界と別の世界では、私も後宮家の人間なんです。あなたの世界での私は、別の運命により別の人生を歩み、後宮家の人間として生きてはいないのです。あんた、魔女なの？残念ながら普通の人間です。今の話は、魔女のベルンカステルさんに教えられたことです。
I know, kind of shocking, ain't it? I am just an ordinary human like you.
ベルンカステル？あの青い長髪のネクラそうな顔した？ええ、多分そんな容姿だったと思います。つまり 私はまた魔女の茶番に付き合わされてるわけね。ここは一体？
私もさっき目を覚ましたばかりです。
Yeah, we're in the theater.
ここはどこでしょう。
劇場に見えるわ。
That's because it is. What do you mean it looks like a theater? You are in it right now.
何かを感激しろってのかしら。
今はそういう気分ではありませんね。出口を探しましょう。
気づいてないの？これ。
え？あ、これは。
Clank. I finally noticed. Both of my wrists and ankles had chains attached to them. As long as I sat here, I had enough slack that I could I could move about a little, but it looked like there wouldn't be nearly enough for me to get out of this place.
いつの間に。誰がこんなことを。
魔女の駒に落ちたら永遠にあいつらのおもちゃよ。逃げられない。
Angie crossed her legs, making the chains making the chains clink together. She realized that no amount of struggling could have broken those chains. Getting panicky wouldn't accomplish anything. Yeah, she just sat. She's gonna she's gonna do her sitting pose and be like, you know what? We're 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 just puppets for the fucking witch. They're playthings, so that's how the cookie crumbles. She must have had nerves of steel.
魔女の駒とは。
あいつらの下僕みたいなもんよ。私は取引したの。家族に会いたい。あの日から連れ戻したいって。魔女はその可能性を与える代わりに私を魔女の駒としたわ。少なくとも魔女は約束を守ったわね。お兄ちゃんに会うことだけはできたんだし。
Well, she did kept her promise, but that this is like we're just let you just got led into a fucking contract that would be stuck. You'd be stuck there forever.
バトラ君のこと？
エンジェだと名乗ることもできなかったけどね。そしてそのささやかな時間と引き換えに私は今もこうして魔女のおもちゃ箱の中から永遠に抜け出せない。どうやらあんたもそのお仲間のようね。何を契約したの？
私は何も。
I mean,
何かを魔女に望んだんじゃないの？
何も。私という存在がどれだけ奇跡であるかを教えてもらいました。それだけです。
いずれにせよ私たちはここから逃れられない。さあ魔女たち、今度はどんな余興を見せてくれるの？朗読の次は感激？今度は私が誰かの朗読を見るっていうの？ならば始めてちょうだい。私はとっくに退屈しているの。
Angie yelled this to the pitch black stage. Her voice reverberated throughout the theater, but no one gave an answer. No, someone did, and that was also in a voice that rang out across the theater. However, that voice sounded theoretical, as though someone was announcing the start of a play.
あの日に何があったかって教えてなんてあげないわ。へそでも噛んで死んじゃえば。
Oh, great, that voice.
この声は。
あのババアよ。エヴァおばさんの声だわ。
あの日に何があったかとは。
1986年10月4日から5日の2日間、六軒島で最後の親族会議が行われた日のことよ。
今日ですね。
Today is October 4th, 1986. As a prelude to the family conference, Beatrice's funeral will. Oh shit. No, I guess we're not going to have a happy ending on this one, huh? You know what? I regret having I regret arguing for hope for concluding the parts of reading through the episode 7, but goddamn, what can go wrong? As a prelude to the family conference, Beatrice's funeral was held.
驚いたわ。あんたは1986年の10月4日から来たっていうの？教えて。一体この2日間に何があったの？
The answer she seeks is inside the cat box. All I can tell her about is my close call with a sad life. However, I doubt that explanation will satisfy her. Then a pillar of bright light pierced the stage. There stood a white shadow. That white dress was obviously Claire's. Of course, Angie didn't recognize her. She looked suspicious, apparently wondering who in the world this was. However, even I felt as though something was wrong. Didn't she settle all of her regrets in that funeral a short while ago before being sent off into the next world? She stood all alone in the narrow beam of light in the center of the stage, and the expression on her face was lifeless. The light began to grow brighter and brighter. It shone more and more fiercely on her until it became blinding just to look at her. It feels like we got scammed. The world was enveloped by a light so bright that we couldn't open our eyes, surrounded by a sound like wind or television static, and our minds began to go blank.
Ha! 今年も見事に咲いたもんや。
これを手入れするのは大変だろうぜ。めでるだけの俺たちは楽なもんだ。
どうかね。手入れしてくれる人たちに感謝しなくちゃ。でもちょっと品がないのよね。兄さんが変に手を加える前の方が素敵だったわ。
昔のも昔ので味わいがあってよかったわよね。
マリアバラ好き。トゲがなければもっと好き。
What the hell? When did Badler get here?
懐かしいな、このバラ庭園。この6年ですっかり忘れてたぜ。もうそんなになるんだね。このバラ庭園も、そしてバトラ君も本当に見違えたよ。
あ、紹介するよ。使用人のカノン君。バトラとは初対面だよな。
Oh hey, it's our homeboy Canon.
はじめまして。
俺のことはバトラって呼んでくれよな。よろしく頼むぜ。
今日はシャノンもいるぜ。一緒に遊んだの覚えてる？
ああ、シャノンちゃん。すっかり忘れてたぜ。懐かしいな。元気にしてるかい？
Oh, you sure did forget.
この6年でますます綺麗になったよ。後で挨拶するといいよ。
シャノンはジョージお兄ちゃんと仲良しなの。
マリアし。
You make it sound like they're in love.
それは内緒な。
それでは皆様、そろそろゲストハウスの方へご案内いたします。
After enjoying the lovely welcome provided by the roses, the relatives followed Goda in the direction of the guest house. Okay. The usual, I suppose. October 4th, 1986. Rokenjima. In a world without Leon. On the day of the Ushiromiya family conference. Yeah, why are we showing the world where Leon doesn't exist? Maria read a mysterious letter aloud after dinner, just as she had been told to. The writer of the letter claimed to be the Golden Witch Beatrice and challenged the family. Try and solve the riddle of the epitaph, otherwise I will take everything. It was Beatrice's announcement of the game's start, the same as the usual games. Had an unknown person appeared, related to the problem of the inheritance distribution? Where was the 20 billion yen worth of gold hidden? What was the purpose of this letter? For what goal had it been written? Who on earth is this Beatrice? It was the usual dinner on October 4th, where several bits of suspicion and paranoia intertwined.
ジョージ君、申し訳ないけど、みんなと一緒にゲストハウスに戻っててくれるかしら。ごめんね。
シャノン、子供たちをゲストハウスへ。私たちはこのまま親族会議に入ります。
はい、かしこまりました。
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェか。味な手紙をよこしてくれるじゃないか。
碑文を解いてみろですって。
Obviously.
ふざけたこと。あの黄金は私たちのものよ。部外者なんかに譲ってたまるものですか。
あの黄金さえ見つかりゃ、俺たちは全員ハッピー。
ハッピー。
誰も損がねえんだがね。
行こう、みんな。ここからは大人の話だよ。
やれやれ。ややこしそうな話だぜ。
ほら、マリア。行くぜ。
The look on Battler's face. He's like, man, why do I have to get lumped into to visiting this place?
ベアとの儀式が始まったね。
Yeah. Giggle all you want, weirdo.
それでは皆様、ゲストハウスへご案内します。
Of course. Because, you know, where else are we gonna go?
れは何でしょう。
What is this? This is the start of the
過去のゲームのいずれかの再演か。さもなくば新しいゲームでしょうね。
I don't know. I feel like we're just going through an episode recap at this point to where like we already seen it at this point.
どのゲームであっても10月4日はほとんど同じ展開だから。
新しいゲーム。これまでのかけらにない物語ということですか。
私たちを鎖で縛り付けてまで見せたものがすでに知ってるゲームなわけがない。新しいゲームだと考えるべきでしょうね。ならばゲームマスターがいるはず。それは誰？あいつ？ベルンカステル。
私にはそうとは思いません。クレルはもう消え去ったはずなんです。新しい物語を紡ぐ必要性がないはず。
ベアとのゲーム版なんてとっくの昔に昭和る魔女どもに乗っ取られてるわ。ベアとでさえあいつらのゲームの駒でしかない。
一体これは何のつもりで誰の仕業なんです。私たちに何を見せたいんだ。
Before this tale began, Claire definitely appeared on the stage. She is the teller of the tale of Beatrice's game. Beatrice, the me, quote unquote, from a world of a different fate. However, didn't she entrust everything to Will, who solved all of the riddles? There should be no need for her to make new riddles. In that case, is Berncastle using this tale to test me? Along with Will, I have at least touched the deepest depths of this tale and understood the culprit's heart. So, even if an entirely new tale presents itself, I should be able to see through the riddles. Is that what my role is? Is my role to teach Angie about the truth of this tale?
あなたは知っているんですか。この物語の真相を。
いくつかの仮説は考えてるわ。でもどの説にも最終的な答えは出せない。真相はいつも猫箱の中。断定はできない。
Always inside the cat box. Shocker. In this world, Angie is absent on this day. So it's only natural that she doesn't know what happened on that world. But yeah. However, at the very least, I do know who the culprit is and what they were trying to do on this day.
やっと自分の役目が分かった気がします。
You do?
どういう意味？
どうやらあなたは感激者で、私は解説者のようです。
Angie the theater goer and Leon the commentator?
何を解説してくれるというの？
Wait, what? Hold on.
私はこれから起こる事件の犯人を知っているからです。
何ですって？
普通に考えれば何者かが私たちに碑文を解かす横取りを狙っているようにしか思えんよね。
同感だ。先に解いたなら猫ババしちまえばいいだけの話。わざわざ俺らに解いてみろなんて挑発するかってんだ。
使用人の誰かのいたずらだわ。あわよく黄金が見つかったらご祝儀におこぼれがもらえるかもしれないっていうさもしい考えに違いないわよ。
当家の使用人の中にそんな人間がいるとは思えません。
Who fucking knows? Again, like, the servants are getting paid like fucking minimum wage. So, I can't believe I said the term minimum wage. I said it as like some sort of a joke when it comes to like servants working for the rich family. I mean, rich people, so.
あるいは使用人のふりをして私たちの中の誰かが差し出した手紙だったりして。それを言ったら一番怪しいのはあんたでしょうが。マリアちゃんに一芝居打たせてあの手紙を読ませたんじゃないの？私はそんなことしないわよ。
What a way to point fingers at someone.
予算かエヴァ。決めつけたらあかんで。今はみんなで結託して相談し合う時やないか。
そうね。あの怪しげな手紙は私たちの結束を乱すのが狙いでしょうね。踊らされれば踊らされるほどベアトリーチェなる差出人の思うつぼだわ。
キリエさんの言う通りだね。あのような手紙など初めから意に介さないくらいがちょうどいいのではないかね。
私は最初からそうだと言っています。
Yeah, ignore the letters. Like, you know, that must be someone they're trying to fax us.
こんなの取るに足らないいたずらです。
そうやな。全くその通りや。おかしなクレームの1件や2件でびくついてたら商いはやってられんで。
Well, that's the thing for Leon. Is like if you already know who it is. I mean, hold on. If you already know who's behind it, wouldn't you able to say it straight away instead of letting it play?
主人の言う通りだわ。こんな子供騙し真面目に考えるだけ損だわ。本当に遺産騒動に絡みたい何者かなら手紙なんて遠回しなことをせず堂々と姿を現せばいいんだし。
だな。俺たち以外に遺産を要求している人間がいると思わせておこぼれに預かりたいってやつがいるんだろうぜ。
遺産問題に口を挟まない代わりに口止め料をよこせとか言い出すのかしら。
それを言い出すならもう手紙に書いてるはずだわ。
手紙の内容は碑文を解いてみろ。さもなくば全てをいただくなる挑戦状だけだ。
犯人はわしらに碑文の謎を解かせたい。それ以上でも以下でもないっちゅうことやな。
つまりよ、こんな手紙気にしたら負けってことだぜ。
Yeah, y'all are gonna be on the losing side if y'all fearmonger.
どうかんだ。
But what if you all ignore it and then Karma is a
まるで推理小説のようなミ
bitch?
ステリアスな演出だったので、ついつい私たちも面白がってしまった。
Like what if y'all ignored the message and then Karma's gonna bite you in the ass?
我々も余裕がないね。
Treating this like it's a real game.
しかし誰がこんな手紙を。腹立たしいことです。
使用人じゃないなら私たちの中の誰かが書いたんでしょうよ。誰とは言わないけれどね。
よしてよ。本当に私は知らないの。
まあまあ、しかし手紙の言うことも一理あるっちゅうもんや。わしらは誰も彼も金が欲しいんや。
Yeah. The Bible says there are. I don't. Hold on. What if I. Money is the root of all. Yeah, the Bible. You know, I want. That's the thing, right? When it comes to the Bible verse, like I always think of like when it comes to like the fucking family inheritance, like the money can be the root of all evil.
それもできたら今すぐや。
And it can just, causes a rift of discourse.
それに異論がある者はおらんやろ。
そりゃそうだ。金と愛はいくらあっても困らねえぜ。
親父殿の遺産はいつ転がり込んでくるかわからない。しかし碑文の黄金は違う。見つかれば直ちに山分けだ。
ある意味お父様の遺産以上に目の前にある金だわ。
碑文の謎が解ければの話だけれどね。
ここにいる皆さんも碑文の謎にはそれぞれ挑戦されたんでしょ？
Kiri asked the room at large, and everyone wordlessly nodded back.
ここには出題者であるお父さんの血を引く人間が4人もいながら、それぞれがバラバラに謎に挑戦してる。効率的ではないと思わない？
Each has tried solving on their own.
だな。俺たちはそれぞれが欲の皮を突っ張らせて単独に謎解きをしてた。
When greed makes you lose concentration.
しかしだ、黄金発見時の分配等についてはもう俺たちの中で決着がついている。そして兄貴が次期当主であることを認めるってのもな。
それを引き換えに随分とふっかけてくれたんだね。
私たちで協力して謎解きをしたらあの碑文も解けるかしら。
3人よれば文殊の知恵。それどころか私たちは7人もいるわ。
お父様の遺産問題については私たちは今日おおむねで合意を得ているわ。余興のつもりで碑文に挑んでみるのもいいんじゃないかしら。
せやな。一服のつもりでちょいとやってみるのもええんとちゃうか。
バカバカしい。隠し黄金などと。
まあまあ余興だと思ってよ。
Yeah, don't worry about the end result.
合田さんに冷たいもんでも持ってきてもらおうぜ。一服しながらたまには兄弟水入らずで謎解きごっこをしてみようじゃねえか。
Why worry about the end result? We just treat it as a bit of a fun game.
どうせ夜は長い。
Surely nothing bad could go wrong there.
親父殿の寿命についてくだらない詮索をするよりよっぽど建設的だと思えるね。
合田さんに電話するわ。何か持ってきてもらいましょうよ。
お茶とお菓子と、あと台湾の地図でも持ってこさせる？
A map of Taiwan? Oh shit. It seems she got a little bit of a key idea what the epitaph will turn out. Two shadows could be seen in a rose garden arbor. It was George and Shannon's secret meeting.
この指輪を受け取ってほしい。
ジョージ様。
We already know how this confession goes.
君を生涯愛することを誓う。若い今だけじゃない。おいてお墓に入るまでの全てを愛し、君を幸せにすることを誓うよ。
その言葉に嘘偽りはありませんか？
Well, this is the thing when it comes to George and Shannon's conversation. We've already seen enough to know how this goes. It's like, do I really want to bother commentating more?
ああ、ないね。僕には君を愛し、幸せな家庭を作る絶対の覚悟と自信がある。
Like, I kind of get how this goes, especially when Leon is gonna just you know, strapped to a chair and just watch. Leon just strapped to a seat and just watch the whole thing goes with. It's the family conference when Leon doesn't exist there, so.
その幸せな家庭とはどんなものですか？
うん。それはとても幸せな家庭だよ。車と庭付きの家。そして飼い犬が一匹。庭には家庭菜園。
You never. What the hell? One of those conversations from past games never mentioned anything about owning a dog.
子供たちが駆け回り、僕たちはバルコニーから微笑ましそうに見下ろすんだ。それが僕たちの未来の日曜日の当たり前の光景だよ。
それは素敵な光景ですね。
あの二人付き合ってるのかよ。
Oh.
声が大きいって。マリアが起きちゃうだろ。
そうか。そうだったか。言われてみればなんとなく今日もあの二人いい雰囲気だったしな。
How do you know? Unless you two are just watching it through the window behind you.
そうだよな。俺たちももう恋をする年頃だもんな。
この6年で私たちは随分変わったぜ。ジョージ兄さんも昔は頼りない感じだったけど今は違う。
それは思ったぜ。ジョージの兄貴随分と貫禄が出てたもんな。
Nah, if anything, George can be a bit of a meme at times. But still, Shannon-chan and George Aniki, that's a bit unexpected. They played together often enough 6 years ago, but I didn't think they were that close.
なるほどな。6年だもんな。
この6年は誰にとっても大きいぜ。
だな。俺もこの6年いろいろあって 正直六軒島のことはほとんど忘れてた。
私もバトラーのことほとんど忘れかけてたけどな。
For sure everyone forgotten within the 6 years to where like it just clicks their head when Battler is making return.
そりゃひでえぜ。
Talking together like this, it felt as though we'd been teleported 6 years into the past. 6 long years, so long that I forgot almost everything, and yet it's coming back to me bit by bit. Shannon-chan. 6 years ago, you were part of our group, and we played together a lot, didn't we? Back then, I think I might have liked Shannon-chan. That was the age when we were all overly self-conscious, in love with love. Oh hey, so now you kind of remember, huh? Bittersweet memories of jokes involving mellow, dramatic, flippant words.
懐かしいぜ。今だったらとても言えねえような恥ずかしいことをいっぱい言っちまったような。思い出しただけで赤面しちまうぜ。
But the thing is, like, were you genuine with it when you were having conversation with Shannon like 6 years ago? Because it's like, if it is, then it's like it sounds like you're just like rehearsing some sort of play or some shit. Like, oh my god, that's just wild. Hang on a moment while I screenshot my drop because I'm just, yeah, don't mind me. I'm farming, you know, a drop within Grand Blue Fantasy at the moment to where I'm a bit half distracted.
シャノンはそそっかしいけど記憶力はいいからな。後でこっそり昔のバトラーの恥ずかしい黒歴史を聞いちゃおうっと。
What dark, embarrassing history? Are you telling me there's something that Battler? Are you telling me that there is something that is hiding? Are you telling me there are some skeletons in the closet that he's been holding?
よせやい。6年経ってるぜ。さすがに時効だろ。
I see. So Shannon-chan is going out with George Aniki. Well, I feel like it's going on for a while. I guess I can just stop him from here. I get the feeling that the tea party is gonna go at a very long pace to where because if it's either it's a recap or it's just a, you know, a different tale that we have to read through, but it feels like it's going through the same loop unless there's going to be something different. But alongside of that, and both Angie and Leon, you know, both know that they are part of the Ushiromiya family. However, like Angie is like 12 years from the future, and then we have Leon who's like that only exists and then within an alternate timeline where Beatrice doesn't exist, or where Beatrice isn't around. So, you know, one of those moments where both, you know, trying to understand each other. But, you know, they are going to be stuck being game pieces after all. Alrighty. I think this is a good time to end it from here. We're approaching the 50-minute mark. So next part, we will continue more of this, you know, so-called, you know, tale that has been fabricated. Because the thing is, like, I thought, I don't know. Is Burncastle still creating this shit? Or is it that, you know, whatchamacallit? Is there someone else at hand? Because we are, well, there is feathering. That's for damn sure. But who knows? Alright, with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. And take care.